Hi, this is Eddie Roy. Uh, I'm in Guwahati, and with me I have got Master Tushar Bhattacharya, who is a class 10 student. And I guess he will be around how many years old?
I'm 15 years old
No,
currently.
you have to be little loud because the I don't have an external mic.
I'm 15
So
years old.
you are 15 years old. Now you
Yeah.
have to be more loud.
I'm 15 years old.
Right.
Okay.
So what do you do? Your nickname is Rishi, right?
Yeah, my nickname is Rishi.
And I like that nickname. So,
Thanks.
what do you do? Tell me. Tell the audience.
Currently, I'm reading in class 10 in Srimati Shankar Academy.
Okay, right. So he's a class 10 student, a young boy, and so this podcast is basically, we'll discuss a few areas in the automobile industry. So, how do you see the automobile industry in India as on date?
As on date, I see the automobile industry in India to be a very interesting place and a place that has a lot of growing potential.
Okay, I just urge you
Yeah.
to be little more loud because the thing is this: I don't have an external mic,
Okay.
so this particular device may not catch the every word of yours.
Okay.
Right. So there is a lot of competitiveness in the automobile industry as far as one sector is concerned. That is the compact SUV.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
agree.
do you think it is a compact SUV? Telling this compact SUV where the cars like Creta, Seltos, say
Grand
Grand
Vitara,
Vitara,
Skoda Kushaq,
Kushaq,
Taygun, Honda
type,
Elevate,
right?
Kia
Do you
Seltos.
think correct? So, do you think that calling it a compact SUV is correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, I would imagine that it is sort of a pseudo SUV.
Technically, these are not SUVs at all.
Hmm.
For a car to be classified as an SUV, it needs to have good ground clearance and 4x4.
Right, right.
Those are the main things,
Hmm.
and more important, like not so importantly, traditional SUVs were built on a ladder on frame chassis. Ladder on
Yeah,
frame, not
right.
monocoque. For
Monaco.
example, we have let's take the example of two cars,
Yeah.
the Mahindra Scorpio N
Hmm.
and the Mahindra XUV 700.
Right.
The Mahindra Scorpio N,
Hmm.
it has 4x4 and
Hmm.
it is a ladder on frame chassis,
Hmm.
and the Mahindra XUV 700,
Hmm.
it doesn't have 4x4, it has all-wheel drive,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
and it's a monocoque chassis.
Right,
So
right.
it's not a true SUV.
Huh.
if you uh, if you talk about the size, then
Hmm.
it's definitely a full-sized SUV.
Okay.
But it's not a proper SUV
Proper
as
SUV.
it can't off-road
Okay.
like a SUV should.
Correct, correct, correct. Okay. Like, I mean, proper SUV is like what an Endeavor is.
To be honest, in India,
Hmm.
a proper SUV would be the Scorpio N.
Right.
Like if you want
right.
a proper SUV for the cheapest at which you can get it,
Uh-huh.
it will be the Scorpio N.
What is your opinion about that Maruti Jimny?
Maruti, okay, yeah, the Maruti Jimny is also a very good car.
Mm-hmm.
It has 4x4, it's ladder on frame, it's very good. But the thing about the Maruti Jimny is that it's a bit small.
Yeah.
So basically, an SUV should be a big car.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
A traditional SUV should be a very big car,
Okay.
and the Maruti Jimny is not a very big car, but it's a true SUV.
True SUV. Okay, it's a true mini SUV.
Yeah.
Ah.
Even the Thar, it is a true SUV.
Right. Right. Okay. So in this so-called compact SUVs or the pseudo SUVs, I mean, which is say around 4.4 meter and above in length. Uh, there are so many players like Seltos, Creta, then you have got Grand Vitara, then you've got High Rider, then you've got Kushaq, then you've got Taygun,
Honda Elevate,
Elevate,
and
in
the,
its recent edition.
and the Citroen C3 Aircross. We can't
Aircross.
forget that.
You should not, you should not. Yeah, you're right. Thanks for reminding me. So, what is your opinion about that? I mean, how do you rate these very popular cars and so that rating will help the buyers, prospective buyers.
Okay, so rating or ranking these cars in the same list will be a bit difficult,
Okay.
as these cars are targeted to different people.
Okay.
For example, let's start with the most popular one, the Hyundai Creta.
Mm-hmm.
So the Hyundai Creta and the Kia Seltos, basically Hyundai and Kia are sister companies,
Right.
and the Hyundai Creta and the Kia Seltos are made on the same platform. They are technically the same cars, just have the design is just a bit different.
Right.
Technically the same cars, they have the same engines, they have the same everything. These are targeted to people who are upgrading to an expensive car or a fancy car for the first time.
Okay.
As these cars are very tech savvy, they have a lot of like features.
Yeah.
They have panoramic sunroof,
Yeah.
ADAS,
Yeah.
air purifier,
Right.
many features. Some being very necessary, some not being that necessary.
Right.
These cars are very good.
Mm.
They are equipped with two engine, a 1.5 liter naturally aspirated,
Yeah.
and a 1.5 liter turbo, which is
Correct.
a very good engine.
Correct.
The only department in which these cars fail is that the safety department, as the Kia Seltos was given 3 stars out of 5 in the global NCAP crash test,
Correct.
and
Correct.
the Hyundai Creta is the same cars will also score 3 stars.
Right.
So these cars are okay, but they are not that safe. They are like in safety department they are okay. They're not too good, not too bad.
Right. Right.
And
So yeah.
The
Please go.
driving dynamics, for
Yeah.
example, if you are a enthusiastic driver, you would probably get the 1.5 liter turbo. But the engine is very good, but the steering wheel, the steering response is not that good. For example, in slower speeds, the Hyundai steering wheel is very good.
Mm-hmm.
It's very light. It's very good for maneuvering in the city. But as you speed up, a good steering should weigh up.
Correct.
But in case of the Creta and the Seltos, it is not so.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
the handling
Uh-huh.
is not that great.
Okay.
Now, for example, like the Creta and the Seltos are equipped with a 1.5 liter turbo engine, which is very powerful. It is the most powerful engine in the segment.
Uh-huh.
160 PS of power, very good.
Correct.
So this engine was made to compete with the 1.5 liter TSI Evo of the Volkswagen Tiguan and the Skoda Kushaq.
Okay. Okay.
So the thing is that the Hyundai motor makes more than the 1.5 liter TSI Evo, but I would say that if you are an enthusiastic driver, I would suggest you to get either the Skoda Kushaq or the Volkswagen Tiguan, as the driving dynamics are much better in the Skoda Kushaq and the Volkswagen Tiguan. The Skoda Kushaq and the Volkswagen Tiguan are almost the same cars. Skoda is owned by Volkswagen. They are pretty much the same cars. The steering response is very good. It is slight in lower speeds and weighs up as you speed up, and handling is also very good. And I would say it's better than Creta and Seltos.
Okay.
If you just speak about the performance part, the department in every car fails in some department. The department in which the Tiguan and the Kushaq are not doing that great would be the feature department, as they are not coming with a lot of features which should be provided at this cost. And to be honest, these cars are a bit overpriced, I would say. They are a bit overpriced.
Yeah, they appear to be little overpriced because of lack of features.
Yeah.
But they offer you, Mr. Perhaps, one very important point is this safety.
Yeah.
So when it comes to safety, I guess Tiguan and Kushaq have scored very heavily, and they have scored very high, 5-star rating in both adult and child occupancy. What's
They
your
are the
opinion?
safest cars in India.
They are.
Yeah, they are
Right.
safer than the XUV700, the Tata Nexon, the Tata Altroz, the Tata Tiago,
Okay.
the Scorpio N, anything. They
Right.
are the safest cars in India.
Okay. So if you, if someone comes to you for a guidance that I want to buy a car of this segment, having an approximate amount of 20 lakhs rupees in his pocket, plus minus few thousands or maybe 1 lakh here and there. So, are you going to, suggest to them that you, instead of Creta or Seltos, you go for Kushaq or Taigun?
So this is where it gets interesting. If the person who is buying the car he likes cars a lot, he likes driving a lot, then I would recommend him, just for the sheer performance, I would recommend him or her to get the Taigun or the Kushaq.
Okay.
Because the engine is very good, the handling is very good, the driving dynamics are very good, better than the Seltos and Creta.
Right.
But
Okay.
If engine performance is not that big of a concern for you, then I would recommend you the Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara.
Okay.
The Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara and the Toyota Urban Cruiser Hyryder.
You mean to say that not the mild hybrid or strong hybrid?
I'll get to it.
Okay.
So there is a reason to that, because the Creta and the Seltos, they are not very safe. The Kushaq and the Taigun, they are very safe, but they are lacking in features and they are overpriced. Now the thing with the Grand Vitara and the Hyryder, I'll say Grand Vitara.
Okay.
Because they are the same
The
cars.
same thing.
They're
Yeah.
exactly the same.
Absolutely.
Same design, same everything. Just
Correct.
the logo is different. It has two engines. Actually, it has three. It depends on the way you look at it. It has a 1.5 liter Maruti Suzuki engine, which is present in the Maruti Suzuki Ertiga, the XL6, the Brezza, and so on. It's a very good engine, and it makes 103 PS of power. Meanwhile, the naturally aspirated engines of the Creta Seltos, they make 115. But that's not a problem, as Maruti has tuned it to be sufficient for the Grand Vitara.
Correct. Okay.
And if you want a car that's quicker and you want to buy a Grand Vitara, they have I think it's a 1.2 liter or 1.3 liter, I'm not that sure. It's actually made by Toyota. It's a hybrid engine, hybrid one.
Right.
It has a battery and the engine.
Right.
It makes only 90 PS of power.
Okay.
But because it's a strong hybrid one, I would not say very, but it's sufficiently powerful.
Okay.
If you drive the strong hybrid Grand Vitara, you will be very impressed. It's very good and it returns a very good mileage. For example, if you get the 1.5 liter TSI Evo in the Kushaq and the Taigun, or the 1.5 liter turbo in the Creta or the Seltos, they give very, very poor mileage.
Okay.
If you drive them in an enthusiastic manner, it will give a very bad mileage. In city, maybe getting to double digits might be a very difficult task. The performance comes at a cost, obviously.
Cause for concern, right?
Yeah.
For not so rich people, middle class people.
Yeah.
For rich people, it doesn't matter. Anyway, please continue.
But the Grand Vitara in city traffic, it will give you around 20, 21, 22.
Okay.
And if you decide to take it on the highway and you drive it with a light foot, I'm talking about the strong hybrid one.
Yeah.
It may give you 26 or 27.
That is pretty fantastic.
Some
mileage.
people are getting 30.
Wow, awesome.
Now,
Great engineering.
getting 30 is thanks to Toyota.
Yeah,
Not
Toyota.
Maruti. The 1.5 liter naturally aspirated is very good,
Yeah.
made by Maruti Suzuki. But the strong hybrid one from Toyota is better. It's very good. It's a very good engine. Very nice engineering by Toyota.
Right.
I believe Japanese engineering is the best in the world. Better than Germans. Better than Germans.
Is it?
Better than Germans, better than the Americans. The British are not that good. Nor are the Indians. Actually, the Indians don't make that expensive cars. The most expensive car made by an Indian brand is the XUV 700 AX7L.
Yeah. But do you think that India is lagging behind so much?
To be honest, there are not many countries making cars.
Right.
For example, our neighboring countries, Pakistan doesn't have a single automobile manufacturer. Bangladesh had one for a very short period of time. It was a massive fail.
Okay.
And Nepal, they barely have any cars. Let's not go there. And I would say Japanese engineering is the best.
Okay.
Second would be German engineering, then
Hmm.
American. Indian engineering is very good,
Hmm.
but Indian engineering is kind of like British engineering.
Okay.
British cars and Indian cars are not that reliable.
Okay.
Now, Indian
Hmm.
engineering gets a point because most of the times Indian cars are not that expensive, they're quite affordable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's good. And British engineering, there are not many big British manufacturers. For example, Land Rover, Jaguar, Lotus, Mini. They are not known to make the most reliable cars.
Okay.
And I would say, especially Lotus, the
Hmm.
Lotus cars are very unreliable. Even Lotus employees don't know how to fix their cars. It's too much.
Oh, British people, you
Yeah.
must be hanging your head to shame, you know. A class 10 boy telling you this. Okay, I mean,
I don't mean it that way.
Ah.
British cars are very good. Let's get to Italian cars now.
Right.
Italian cars are very good.
uh-huh.
They usually make very expensive cars,
Hmm.
but the cheap Italian cars are also very good. Fiat, very good. The Fiat Punto, the Fiat Aventura Urban Cross,
Oh,
awesome cars.
gem. Right.
Awesome
right.
cars. Better than the Polo GT. Better than the Polo
Absolutely,
GT.
absolutely,
The
absolutely.
Fiat Punto Evo, way better than the.
But it's very sad that
It made 145 PS of power.
okay.
Just 3 PS less. Then he just booked the Skoda Kushaq 150
Oh,
PSI.
why you are telling the public about that? Come on.
Just
okay.
3 PS less.
Okay, it's really
And it's much lighter.
and it's a really sad story today that the two companies that I really appreciate and really wanted that they stay back, they would have stayed back in India, are the Ford and the
Fiat.
Fiat.
Fiat and
Uh,
Abarth.
Yeah, I mean the companies. Okay,
The
now
performance
that-
wing of Fiat, Abarth,
yeah.
both of them left.
Yeah, that's what. Very sad, but I only wish, and there's some talks going on that
Ford is coming back.
Ford
It's
is coming
confirmed.
back. Mm.
Mitsubishi is coming back as well.
Okay.
Ford is 100% confirmed.
Mm.
Mitsubishi, it's about 95% confirmed. They are coming back. Fiat, can't say.
Can't. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Jeep
So-
is here, but Jeep is not doing
Yeah.
that good.
Hmm. Jeep is also overpriced, I guess.
Maybe.
It's
Maybe.
pretty overpriced. It's a good car, according
The
to
Jeep
me.
Compass.
Yeah, but it returns a very poor fuel efficiency, and coupled with that, the initial investment is also very high. So that makes the Jeep not so popular among the Indian masses. And to play with the Indian mass market psychology, I guess the Koreans are the best in it.
Yeah.
And of late, I would give a point to the Tata Motors. The Tata Motors have, given so much importance to the safety factor
Definitely.
that it has now become one of the prime factor for a customer to choose a car. So first of all, now earlier they never used to bother about the safety of the car, but nowadays a customer goes to buy a particular model of a car or a company, then they will ask, भैया इसका safety rating क्या है, इसका GN cap, GN cap, global and cap rating क्या है. So this is what the Tata Motors have brought in India, and so I'm owning an accent, so I am little biased towards Tata Motors. I may be, but I would not mind even I'm told that I'm biased towards Tata Motors. Though my young friend doesn't like Tata that much.
Yeah.
You don't like. I feel very
I am
sad.
more of a Maruti Suzuki fanboy.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, I don't mind that. Okay, great. Maruti makes a good car, but they make very unsafe cars.
The cheap cars are unsafe. The Grand Vitara, the Jimny,
Hmm.
the Ciaz,
Right.
the S-Cross.
S-Cross was a gem.
Yeah.
S-Cross was one of the better cars. even that old that Ritz,
Yeah,
that was a
Ritz
very
and
good
the
car.
OG Grand Vitara. It was very good. And the
Okay.
XL SX4.
SX4. That was very good.
Yeah.
That was very good. Unfortunately, they stopped the production of these very good cars instead of improvising on that. Anyway,
Even the Kizashi.
yeah, Hijashi. Hijashi was a
Best car ever
Ah.
launched by Maruti Suzuki in India.
but unfortunately did not
No.
could not even take a flight of hardly it flew.
No.
Maybe up 2 feet
I
up
think it
above
was
the ground.
only for about 1 or 2 years, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, see.
It was designed by the Hayabusa engineers.
Okay, Hayabusa
Yeah,
engineers.
the superbike Hayabusa.
Okay,
Suzuki GSX 1300R Hayabusa.
wow. Now that's what a young Indian mind is telling you today, and I am sure. Guys, this is what this is Rishi I presented to you. This was a podcast, basically to showcase that I would imagine India is in safe hands, right? So trust me, when young man like barely a 15-year-old boy like Rishi can throw so much of light on automotive industry, and I'm sure India has got a long, very bright future. Though it will surely take time to come at the world map, but we are hopeful, and you should be hopeful. Thank you, Rishi. We'll have to wind it up, and it was very nice talking to you. And I'm sure it will. This conversation of ours will go, to the public as as an entertainer, as an educative conversation, and will be helpful to some people. Thank you. And before I end, let me ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, I want to be a automobile journalist.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's great. That's great. Autocar India, are you listening?
Please be listening.
Okay, so with that, we come to an end of this podcast. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and maybe in near future we'll bring some more episodes with Rishi and throw some more lights on that. Thank you, Rishi, for joining me.
Thank you.
It was very nice talking to you.
Same here.
Thank you very much.
Bye.